Hi, my name is Monica Yearwood, and I am so happy to be with you today and to share this powerful information with you. As you can see, the title of this presentation is on how to do a raw milk fast and the benefits of fasting for your body, mind, and spirit. So I am a detoxification expert as well as an Ayurvedic practitioner. I've been in practice since about 2008, and I own an Ayurvedic center here in Chicago where our focus is on creating customized detoxification and rejuvenation programs for our clients. So I have a lot of experience in this area, both directly and with my students and with my clients. So I'm positive you're going to get so much from this presentation. Right now I'm creating customized detoxification programs for my clients and students that are enrolled in my program Feel Good 100. Feel Good 100 is limited to 100 people, and it is especially good for people that are suffering from lifestyle or stress-related diseases. So a lifestyle or a stress-related disease is exactly as it sounds. It is a disease or an imbalance that is caused or created by the way that you are living your life. And unfortunately, they're a major cause of death in the United States. So Feel Good 100 is specifically for people who want to feel good, who want to gain mastery over their diet, balance their weight, resolve digestive issues, learn healthy stress management coping skills. So if you're interested and need help in any of those areas, then you can click the link below and apply for a free consultation with me. And I can tell you a bit about that program and how it can help you. So thank you so much for listening to my little plug-in about my work. If you haven't yet, I would strongly suggest grabbing a pad of paper and a pen to take notes, because you're going to learn so much today that can really help you accelerate your health and wellness goals when you're using fasting and cleansing. You're going to learn the symptoms that will tell you if you need to do a detox, different detoxification methods. We're going to take a deeper dive into raw milk and the benefits of going on a raw milk fast and who a raw milk fast is best for. You're going to learn how to prepare for a fast or a detox. And you're also going to learn unique methods of observation that we use in Ayurveda to help us to see if our detox and cleanse programs are working for us, as well as how to handle healing crisis or detoxification reactions should they come up. So there are many different reasons why a person would benefit from going on a detox or a cleanse. Really, everybody should be doing regular detoxification and cleansing, as I said, ideally twice a year, for prevention, for lifestyle maintenance, for lifestyle extension, for staving off disease, for reversing the effects and impacts of being underneath chronic stress, for letting go of unhealthy addictions, to maintain healthy habits, to empower your mind, to gain mastery over your eating habits, to build discipline, to help with weight balance, and numerous other reasons. I am a huge, obviously, proponent of detoxification and cleansing for health and wellness. Detoxification and fasting and cleansing can also be a huge catalyst for people that are dealing with health issues. And I would say practically every single health issue benefits from it. But there are specific ones that are especially benefited by doing cleansing and detoxification, such as skin disorders. All skin disorders are pretty much a sign that there's some toxicity going on in the body, whether that's coming from inadequate digestion or some kind of a pathogen or fungi or bacterial imbalance in the body. The causes can be unique to the person and to the condition itself. Also, excess weight. If you are somebody that has been trying to lose weight and it doesn't matter how much you exercise and how much you restrict your calories, that's a sign that there's some toxicity that's going on in your body, specifically in the liver. And so doing liver detoxification and cleansing can be really helpful. Autoimmune diseases, as well as digestive issues. If you have a digestive issue, you're going to need to do some kind of cleansing or detoxification to help you when you're even balancing your digestive system out, because as you replenish and rebuild the gut bacteria, you have unhealthy die-off, and it can be very overheating to the body. And so you need methods that are going to actually help you to get rid of that stuff while you're bringing your body back into balance. There are different benefits and different areas to focus on in the body in the fall and the spring, actually. And this is an Ayurvedic approach which teaches that each one of us lives in alignment with the seasons and cycles and cues in nature. And so our lifestyle practices, including, what we eat and general lifestyle modifications, should change and adapt according to our current climate or environment. So it's just like if we lived on a farm and we lived off of our land, what are the things that we would be doing in the fall that would be different than we would be doing at other times of the year? Well, in the fall season, we would be collecting nuts, we'd be canning, we would be fermenting our food, and we'd be preparing for the long winter months to come. We would try to bulk up the body, we would maybe hope to gain a little bit of weight, and we'd start to prepare for the colder months. So Ayurveda sees this time of year as being a time to focus on building the immune system, replenishing the body's stores, rejuvenation, and building. So this is actually a really good time of the year to do a milk-based fast, which milk is a very ogus, we would call it, immune system enhancing and building food. Comparatively in the spring season, what would be happening in the spring? Well, perhaps we would be running low on our food supply. There would be berries and roots and all sorts of bitters that would be in harvest. And so this is the time of the year where detoxification and cleansing should be a little bit more aggressive, I would say, a little bit more vigorous, heating, stronger fasting methods, cardiovascular activity, using bitters and greens to detox and cleanse the liver and the blood. So in general, the fall cleansing should be more building and replenishing, even eating fats, going on a ghee, internal snehana practice or process. I have a video about that if you would want to watch it. Doing some kind of a milk fast or a soup fast, and replenishing the body's oils, self-massage with oil, and just really focusing on building, taking herbs that are building to the immune system. This is the best time of the year to do that. So all of your adaptogenic herbs. So sometimes what I'll do with my clients is I'll put them on a course of adaptogenic herbs just for the fall and the early part of winter into the spring, just to help with that building their immune system. So there are many different types of fasts, and each kind of fast has its own benefit, as well as sort of, pitfall if it's not used correctly or for the wrong person. You have a monofruit fast, so just eating one type of fruit for a set period of days, anywhere from 3 to 10 days. Last year I did a 14-day grape fast, which is really good for flushing the lymphatics, and I will suggest doing monofruit fasts usually in the spring for my clients that have things like uterine fibroids or goiters or any sort of symptom of congested lymphatics, which in Ayurveda, the lymphatics in the body is the first tissue layer of the body. It's the most important area of the body to fast and cleanse and detoxify. You also have water fasting. So water fasting is powerful but difficult. I went on a 20-day water fast several years ago, and it was absolutely one of the most powerful, transformative things that I've ever done in my life. However, if I were to go on a water fast again, I probably would go to a designated water fasting clinic where I could just not think about it and just have somebody take care of me and just be totally in that zone away from food, because I was living in my environment and smelling food and, trying to give myself additional rest to the best of my ability, but it was definitely very challenging. And then you have intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is very much a part of Ayurvedic lifestyle, and it's where you allow, between 8 hours and 12 hours between your last meal of the day and your first meal of the day. Actually, it could be 8 hours to 23 hours, depending on what kind of a protocol that you follow. And it carries a lot of the similar benefits as water fasting, actually, and how it can help your body accelerate into a ketogenic state. It stimulates human growth hormone. It can be very balancing for digestion. I have seen some problems emerge with intermittent fasting with women that have predisposition to hormonal irregularity. And so if you have irregular periods, or if you are female and you have any kind of a hormonal irregularity, I would be careful with intermittent fasting. You have soup and khichdi fasts. And so this is good for people that are new to fasting, also that have a weaker constitution, are frail, are low weight, have digestive issues, tend toward anxiety and depression, have brittle fingernails, brittle hair, brittle teeth, and are weak essentially. So we would call this, high vata, and where strong fasting would definitely be contraindicated for this person. But you could do, very easy to digest, really easy to digest high fat content soups for a vata type constitution and really see some beautiful results for them, especially with helping them to build back their digestive strength. So I would probably do, khichdi if they can digest grains and legumes. If they are not able to digest grains and legumes, then, different types of soups and broths. Seaweed broths can be really nice for their amino acid content, as well as making sure they're getting enough fat, ghee, or coconut oil, or sesame seed oil, and really making sure that they feel like they're in a safe space and that they feel really comfortable and cared for. And if they could get Abhyanga massages, that would be even more wonderful for them. Doing any kind of calorie restriction is going to give you some health benefits, and there's been a lot of research about this. Basically, caloric restriction extends the life of practically every single species on the planet, from yeasts and microbial species to many different kinds of mammals and human beings. Juice fasting. So juice fasting is when you take cold pressed juice, either from fruits or vegetables or some combination of both, and you drink that exclusively for a period of 3 to really 40 days. And juice fasting can be really wonderful because you have the nutrient content of the fruit and vegetables that's really easy to digest and very easy to assimilate in the body. But if you have too many fruits in your juices, then it can create a lot of different spikes in blood sugar, and it may make a person feel really hungry during the duration of their fast. It can also be problematic for people that have different fungal infections or different bacterial imbalances in the gut, because they'll feed off of that stuff. So now let's just talk about the benefits of going on a milk fast and who is the ideal candidate for milk. So when you do a milk fast, it's really best that the milk is acquired locally from a farmer. And so you can look at a website called realmilk.com and look according to your state and see if you can find local farmers and actually go there and get the milk. So the milk that we get in the grocery store, unfortunately, it's not usually procured in the best way. So the cows have been, are suffering. They're, hooked up to these machines. The milk, they may not be eating the best diets. The milk is, highly processed. It's pasteurized, and homogenized is actually the worst part about it, is the homogenization of the milk itself. Maybe not necessarily the pasteurization, although I'm sure a lot of raw milk enthusiasts may argue with me about that point. But it's actually the homogenization. So that's where they blast the molecules to, finer and finer particles so that the cream and the water can mix together. And it causes the milk to actually oxidize. And what it does essentially is that the milk, it's almost like drinking hydrogenated oil. So it's really bad for you. And it destroys, all the enzymes and the nutrients of the milk. Essentially, you're drinking cane sugar. You're drinking a cane sugar, and sometimes they, fortify vitamins and nutrients back into the milk. But it's really a much, much, much different product than acquiring raw milk. If you don't feel comfortable doing raw milk, you could also do VAT pasteurized milk, which some grocery stores sell that. So VAT pasteurized milk it's pasteurized at a much lower flash point, and also it's non-homogenized, which is quite nice. So there are many different benefits to raw milk and going on a raw milk cleanse. Milk in Ayurveda is called rasa, And the word rasa has many different meanings, many different beautiful meanings in Ayurveda. But in this particular meaning, it's referred to as essence. It's the essence of the animal's food that it was eating. So the cow or the goat or the sheep or whatever mammal's milk you're acquiring eats the food, and then it goes on to form its body's essence, which is the milk. And so it's believed to be this really powerful restorer in the body that imparts love, devotion, contentment, bliss, builds the immune system, fortifies you, and makes you really strong. The milk is thought to be a superfood and a complete food that we could live on exclusively for the rest of our lives if we really wanted to. Said, not everybody would benefit from drinking milk only for, a set number of days. The ideal person is somebody that's strong. So somebody that's already in a strong constitution. You could do this for preventative reasons, just for making you even more healthy and for building your gut. A very weak constitution. So again, somebody who has got a lot of vata in your constitution, I probably wouldn't do milk totally on its own, but I possibly would, depending on the person and what their unique situation was. But I may be more inclined to couple it with some easy to digest, very nourishing soups, and just making sure that the person is getting enough dietary fats to help to build and to replenish their body. So people who are old age and have different diseases of convalescence or in a weakened state, I probably would do raw milk and some kind of rejuvenative soup with herbs. The other person that doesn't want to do a raw milk fast is somebody that has a lot of ama in their constitution. So the word ama means toxicity. And the milk, even though it's so rejuvenative and so replenishing, if you have a person that's got like a lot of toxins in their body and is very overweight and has a lot of toxicity, so oozing secretions in the body, that is somebody that would probably benefit from doing more of lymphatic cleansing, a mono diet of fruit, grape fasts, dry skin brushing, cleansing the liver and the blood for a set period of time before drinking milk exclusively for a set period of time. And these are just generalities without speaking to you specifically. These are just generalities of who would benefit from doing a milk fast. Thank you so much. I hope that this information aids you on your path, and I hope that you follow me along day by day as I share my experience with the fasting that I'm doing right now, the goat milk fast, which I'm on day 1, and I'm going to explain more about what my experience was in the next video, as this one I think has already gotten to be a little bit long, and I know how people like to keep it short on YouTube, so I'll explain how I'm actually feeling on this first day of my goat milk fast in the next video titled Day 1 of Goat Milk Fast. Thank you. And again, if you're interested in applying for a free consultation for my Feel Good 100 program, you can do that by clicking the link below. Also, there's a link for realmilk.com that can help you to find and source raw milk in your area. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my video, like and comment below. It really helps with building up my algorithm for my videos. Thanks.